with CNV, the Trade Union International, and we have set up collective research and monitoring of the risks in occupational health and safety. And I would like to give the word to Maria Paulo first, and then after her, Gianina will share more information about the collection of data and interviews and the monitoring tool in general. Go ahead, Maria Paula. And those who want to listen in English, please use the interpretation button.
Gracias, soy María Paula y les presentaré.
Thank you very much. I'm Maria Paula, and I'll present the focus of this participative study. So this is a recent monitoring instrument that we have developed. It is used by the workers, and we know that this is crucial information. This is particularly so, and it's very useful for the companies as well. It's a participative monitoring system, and it is increasing the transparency of the due diligence. So we are monitoring, and in this way, we can contrast actually the standard information that is provided by the employers. So we can actually study other elements as well throughout the mining chain. So the participative monitoring is enabling us to listen to the input of the workers. And so we work with the information that is provided by the workers. And this information that is shared with us is actually a reflection of their working conditions. And empowerment is a very important element as well of this monitoring activities. There are many people who are participating, and they have their own information that they share. It's very important.
Tiene también este método de monitoreo efectos.
Another element are the effects. We have accurate data and verified data.
Podemos tomar decisiones estratégicas, no solamente dentro de las empresas y de los sindicatos, sino también con otras organizaciones. Es una metodología abierta a la participación. Nosotros desconocemos la totalidad de trabajadores, principalmente los no sindicalizados o trabajadores indirectos. Y a través de los grupos de líderes podemos ir llegando a estas poblaciones. La validez estadística de nuestros datos se obtiene en la medida que crece la participación de los trabajadores en el proceso de monitoreo. El proceso de monitoreo se basa en una decisión voluntaria para la participación y llegamos a través de este método a lo que se conoce como poblaciones desconocidas u ocultas y poblaciones que se encuentran altamente dispersas. Es un método anónimo por seguridad y para mantener la confianza de trabajo con los trabajadores con quienes venimos desarrollando esta metodología. Sus opiniones son veraces y llegamos a acuerdos de divulgación discutidos con ellos mismos. El método se conoce como muestreo dirigido por participantes. Es ampliamente usado y se combina con el esquema de muestreo de bola de nieve. Es decir, nuestro trabajo entra e inicia por los líderes y los sindicatos, y estos a su vez se comunican con otros líderes y otros trabajadores para que participen del proceso de monitoreo. Es lo que se conoce como poblaciones ocultas y nosotros llegamos a través de bola de nieve a ellos. Utilizamos para ello la plataforma.
So therefore, we use the toolbox, and this is a very important element. And it is providing good and solid and swift results. And in this way, we can learn a lot, actually, about the conditions of the workers. First of all, and the most important, is that we're able to establish an impact and a participation of the participants. And furthermore, we can reach an agreement on disclosure. We have delicate information as well. And it is complex, and sometimes we have to add some answers. But it's very important that we carry on doing and performing this process in order to have a significant impact and to gather significant data. So this is all actually leading to a multi-annual analysis. And in this way, we are able to contrast our results with the results of other methodologies. So this is a monitoring system, and it shall be transferred to the unions and to the other organizations in order to have a proper appropriation and in order to provide them with their own input. Thank you very much.
Very
so
nice.
the results that I'd like to present are a reflection of the different working conditions.
Okay.
Can I continue?
Yes, I would like to know that Maria will tell when Gianina takes over to give her part, because I'm not sure.
She is already in here. So Gianina is speaking now.
Okay, thank you.
Gianina continúa ya.
Gianina is already, she has taken the floor already. Okay, thank you very much. The results, as Maria said, are actually an indicator of the different working conditions that we have been informed about by the workers in Colombia, Peru, and Bolivia. So in 13 companies. In the digital monitoring, 13 workers, 13 companies have participated, 3 in Colombia, 5 in Peru, and 5 in Bolivia. The majority are males workers, and mainly in Peru and Bolivia. In the Peruvian questionnaire, both direct and indirect workers have participated. Okay, the presence of a collective bargaining agreement is not always there, and by some of the workers, it is perceived, 67% of the workers thinks that the collective labor agreement is not complied with. And this is an overview, actually, of the effect on the workers that are involved in the extraction industry. And a number of legal proceedings have been started by the unions, for example, in Peru. This has been reported, and in Bolivia as well, a huge number. And then information about dismissals and forced retirements due to COVID-19. The workers have reported that they are aware of cases that have taken place. And then if we take a look at occupational health and safety, then they report that they have information of occupational accidents and diseases as a result of their work. Mortal accidents or lighter incidents, but as well accidents that are leading to discapacity, to disability. The extension of working hours, then many workers reported as well, 7 working days and 3 days of rest. And this is a situation that is especially frequent in Colombia, because they are not only working 7 days continuously, and then they work shifts of 12 hours a day. And this means that before they worked 15 days a month, now they're working 21 days. And moreover, there has been dismissal of 25% of the working force. If we then check out the good practices for the subcontractors, then there's a huge number of workers who do not have proper labor conditions. Then closure plans in Colombia, well, some workers are aware that these exist, but a huge number of participating workers in the monitoring instrument indicate that it has not been executed, this plan. So the digital monitoring makes it possible to reach out to all end users and the unions. So once a person has obtained the form, then this person is able to fill it out on the internet. So the respondents report the existence of collective bargaining agreements, but there is a high rate of non-compliance. Many workers report that their union rights are not respected. Many respondents have mentioned as well incidents regarding anti-union acts, especially in Colombia, dismissals for the union leaders. That's quite common. Furthermore, there are accidents, occupational accidents and diseases. And of course, it was mentioned as well by the respondents that there is no proper practice concerning the health conditions on the work floor. In Colombia, there are closing plants, but these are unknown to the workers. And we have drawn the conclusion as well that the indicators and method can be used by civil society, trade unions, students, companies as an input for research, evaluation, or risk assessment. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for this insightful monitoring assessments in Peru and Colombia. And I would like to ask you, because in the last slide you said, what we can do with it. And I'm wondering whether this monitoring, this participatory monitoring tool, how it differs to the current traditional due diligence, which does not have the input from the workers. How can we make sure that this monitoring tool can be integrated in the formal due diligence? But how do you see that? Can I ask Gianina?
Sí, a diferencia de otros métodos.
Well, actually, difference with the other methodology. In this case, the miners are part of it. And it's also for the direct and indirect workers, and they're suffering from the poor practices. In this way, we can do diagnosis and analysis and an auto-evaluation. So it's a new experience, and it's an acknowledgement of the workers that actually are at the basis of the mining chain.
Good. Indeed, it is very helpful, and we hope that ultimately those monitoring tools will be part and parcel upstream and downstream in the due diligence, that they will be integrated. Thank you very much for your presentation. Then we will go over to the next presentation.